Hey y'all, I am looking down the barrel of a very sweet barrel. It's not a bad barrel. Of tomorrow is surgery day. I'm my surgery got moved up in the morning to they never tell you I honestly think that it's a spitball of a schedule, but I'm supposed to be there between 9 and 9:30, and I think that the surgery is marked. When I was at the hospital, they told me it was 11:45. The email reminders that I've gotten say 11:30. I just think that they just don't want your butt to be late. Who would be late to a surgery like any, but like this, one that you're literally needing or asking for? I don't know. But I'm not a late person anyway. And I want to get it over with. And I don't want to be awake that much longer without sustenance. Because after 45 years of chomping on stuff and drinking coffee in the mornings, I miss it when I don't have it. Um, I'm I'm very impressed. Like when I went over to the hospital where my sister's son had his surgery in Philadelphia, I mean, it was an exceptional thing. It was brain surgery, and so a lot of the high touch, very informed, every step of the way kind of um, methods and such. All that stuff I kind of thought was because we were in a very unique place. I also have come to find out, I think it's because that's how medicine is these days. They have hospitalist, and spell check doesn't even recognize that word yet, but a hospitalist. So, anyway, all that is to say, I got the most thorough walkthrough of what to expect. You know that book, when you're having babies and toddlers and whatever else you're expecting? What to expect when you're expecting? This was like that whole book, only it was what to expect when you're coming to the hospital to have bariatric surgery. So if you're not informed by the time you leave, it's on you, boo boo. I literally was sitting there thinking, because Olivia cannot stand, most people can't, but especially my baby girl cannot stand like long explanations of stuff. Like, cut the crap. Just tell me what the bottom line is. You can go back and tell me the fluff later, but cut the crap. We're sitting there and we're just getting like all the information, all of it, which I appreciate because I'm that kind of person. I write stuff down and put it in my little bullet journal and what have you. I should put this on the back side of the thing. Anyway, so I was cracked up. And then I got a shadow. By all the information, because it feeds a person like me who, if I'm gonna do a thing like this, I want the information. It's actually one of the few times that I might ask or read up on as much as my husband does, because he is a question asking son of a gun. I think I've told many of you that before. I have told him specifically, and by him I mean Brady, just go to work. Because it's a long surgery, it's a longer recovery period. Like, it's a 2-hour surgery and then 3 or so hours in recovery. So you're going to be 5 hours behind a curtain somewhere. So just, go to work. There's nothing he could do there anyway. So I asked him, please just go. Because his nervousness equals my nervousness. And he's already done his time with 2 C-sections and hemorrhoidectomy and a hysterectomy that I've had. So he can just go to work. So he's going to come back after work that day. And the girls, of course, are going to keep in touch with him and tell him. Kelsey went with me to the hospitalist appointment, and she took copious notes on her phone. She's very good at that kind of stuff and getting all the information and writing it down. And she sent all that information to Brady for what it's worth, and then he can come see me when he wants to, whenever he gets off work. The funny slash, I don't know that it's that funny side of me is that, like, after every one of these major events in my life, having a baby, whatever, when I'm in pain, I don't talk. I'm not mean. I'm just pretty much radio silent. And my husband's deaf anyway, so he doesn't hear nuance. He doesn't hear, honestly, in my family, pass the salt could be, because everybody's talking and stuff, you don't want to interrupt. You just go, can you hand me the salt? You don't even have to say, can you hand me the salt? What's the point? Can you hand me the salt? That's how we communicated. We didn't just go, make a declaration just because there were deaf people in the room. He does not, God bless him, his pointed head and deaf head, he does not pick up on that stuff. So the joke that has stood by me, because Kelsey's 21, going to be 22 in 2 months, is in the first pictures or video after Kelsey was born, is that I was sitting there, like unimpressed. I'd already seen the baby, I was in a lot of pain at that point. And so I looked up and I go, which was, hand me the only thing that's on my little table that I can have, which was nose spray. So I look up at him and I go, and to him that was Greek and Yiddish and tongues all jumbled up together. So according to him, I'm not a very nice person after I get these things done. Well, the girls will take pictures and videos and stuff because I've asked them to. And of course, I'm going to edit these videos, so I'm not worried about things getting posted that are just evil on me. But, so there's that. According to the man I've been married to for 23 years, I'm kind of grumpy whenever I get out of surgery. And grumpy translates as nonverbal. So that's nothing to worry about. It's just how I am. It's just how I respond to adversity, I guess, is, I'm not going to scream at anybody, but I have needs, and this is how I'm going to show them. That's how I do it. Anyway, tonight I took before and after pictures. I will share them at the end of this little video clip. And when I was young, like preteen, there was a show called 227. And I wish I could think of the lady's name. She played the maid on The Jeffersons. And then Regina, who is famous now, she played the teenage daughter. Anyway, my sister and I watched that show, 227. And then it was followed by Amen, a show that was about a church environment, family. Anyway, that first show was called 227. I'm guessing that by the time I wake up in the morning, after 2 days of the liquid diet and what have you, I'm guessing my starting weight and going into this is going to be 227. And the television show is how I'm remembering that. The reason I say that is because when I went to the doctor, and you know when you go there, you always weigh a little bit more than what your home scale says because it's later in the day and because they just want you to feel a little bit worse about yourself. I don't know why. But anyway, it was 232. So with 2 days of liquid, I'm guessing it's going to be around 227. I'll upload my measurements and everything in there. The hospital introduction. By the way, when when I say that I don't know why the screensaver comes on when the camera's on, but it doesn't stop videoing it because I've checked that. Anyway, when I say that the hospital intro is very, very thorough, super super duper thorough, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's a good thing. I like it, but it was surprising to me because we were there from 10. I did get blood work and an EKG, which took like 3 minutes apiece, and then registration, which was probably longer than that, maybe an hour of it. So it's a good 2 hours of it. It was straight up tour and being with her. Super awesome, kind interface of a human that is the patient care coordinator for these kinds of things. Awesome, just so kind and sweet. I'm very encouraged by that, by the whole organization of it. They give you a little bear that's kind of stiff so you can hold him on your tummy and use him for coughing and what else? Like supporting yourself after surgery. And then they explain the little medicine ball. Hey, my cousin GT had one of these whenever he had shoulder surgery this last year. And I'm telling you, he had all good things to say about that little medicine catheter that they put in. It's a local anesthetic, so that it's just like for area pain that is from the incision. And so the rest of the stuff, like moving and dealing with your innards, you deal with pain meds and what have you. But it's all good in the hood. I just felt very confident that I was going to be able to. It's like if you already know the material pretty well, and then your teacher gives you a take-home test. I felt like it was very thoroughly explained. And again, I'm not complaining about that. I thought it was pretty amazing. And in contrast to just about every other thing in life where you just boop, show up, have a baby or whatever, I thought it was awesome. So the other cool stuff that happened today is that Kelsey and I visited a church here in Woodbridge. It's kind of at a central point where if you get lost shopping around and going around in Woodbridge, that you can turn around in their parking lot. And so I've turned around in their parking lot a couple times, but I assumed falsely that it was a different denomination than I was interested in visiting. So I just went by it like, oh that's kind of cool. They have really pretty stained glass in part of their church. Turns out that they have a school. And we went there this morning, and it was such good worship. I mean, like the singers, it was just stinking amazing. The lead music preacher that's there, she is just flawless, and they do really cool community work and outreach. So, and the church is predominantly multicultural, which meaning me and Kelsey were minorities, and I love that. And yet they have a kind of a traditional Caucasian Southern preacher. So I was just so impressed by the blend that was there, and yeah, the music was nice. They have, just for the music, and me, because that is my heart is right there in the music part of it. But they had 2 saxophones, an organ, a keyboard, a piano, that was on one side, drums, tambourine. I don't remember what all was on the right side. I was kind of angled towards the other way. I didn't even recognize that we had 2 saxophonists until my daughter noticed. But it was just wonderful music and very, very kind people. At one point, they asked about, whether or not you were visiting for the first time. They would bring around a pen or something for you. And two of the ladies behind us came around and gave us big hugs, and they said, "I love you," which, in this world today, I just thought that was so sweet. They they represented a beautiful kind of church atmosphere, and they were just sweet. Everybody was just so nice, just so proud to be there. It was very nice. Um, and then we walked out. I still am not feeling great from this dang sinus infection thing, but um, when we walked out, it was kind of like a wave of folks walking, not in a parade, but like to the music that was playing in the background. And we got our little first time visitors kit, which was so sweet. And then a little devotional book that they give out at the beginning of every quarter. And then we left, and the lady that I'm familiar with from that church, I didn't even get to see her this morning, but we were on our way out the door, and they were starting up something else, so we wouldn't have much time to visit anyway. But anyway, that was really encouraging to me because I really like those folks. I really enjoyed it. And I've been looking for a while, so that was encouraging. So my number one food that I like while I'm doing this liquid diet is sugar-free popsicles. My favorite that we have, I love banana popsicles, but they have coconut in this same bag. I haven't tried all the colors yet. My teeth are still white, but the yellow, I'm assuming the yellow banana stuff is not a good look. So I'll be brushing my teeth extra hard tonight. What I was going to tell you before surgery, I'll put all the measurements and all that stuff, and just let you know that it's going to be late tonight, and I'll let the girls use my Facebook page to just give a little update and say, hey, this is how it went. And like I say, depending on how much the doctor has to do in preparation of my adhesions, will depend on whether or not I get the gastric bypass or the gastric sleeve. And then, what else? Bypass, sleeve. And that will impact my recovery, because the recovery from the sleeve is a little bit faster. And then, what else? Recovery. Oh, I ordered a turkey for Brady and the girls, and it was delivered, the turkey and mashed potatoes and gravy from Whole Foods. And so that arrived today. So I've decorated the house for Christmas already. I put together that nonsense holiday letter that is basically the holiday craft that you're all gonna, or many of you will receive. I laugh at it every time I look at it because it just cracks me up. That, I didn't know that I had a thing, and I guess one of my things is overdoing it. Comically, between you and me, just you and me and the internet, Kelsey Bells was observing that I'm a little outgoing in church. And that cracked me up today like nobody's business, because I just like, look, I am 45, almost. I'm 44. Brady kept saying I was 45 like it was current news, and it's not. And I'm like, which one of us has been doing the same showing up to church routine for bumpity bump years? I have not changed. But in a new place like this, I was cautioned that it would be helpful for the future if I would behave a little more wallflowerish in God's house. So, one of my transgressions was wearing a brightly colored vest and sitting very close and down front. Wasn't a vest, blazer. So maybe I'll change my blazer color. I don't know. just to make girlfriend feel comfy. But it was kind of funny because when we got home, this 44-year-old woman was hearing all about it, like, Mom! She always says that like a lamb. Ma'am. I'm just like, baby, hey, I'm not saying that the way I am is perfect, but I'm saying it's not new. So that was just kind of funny. And then, I can't think of another thing. Oh, Olivia took my before pictures. So, and the thing about before pictures is they're kind of humbling because I don't feel as heavy as I am. And I'm somewhat self-aware. At least I think I am. But they are humbling. The numbers are humbling. But they're starting points. And I'm not going to shy away from sharing those in terms of, just the misery. And why show you the beginning is because I don't want to be one of the people that just shows you the finished product. Ta-da! Well, that's no fun, And I have asked the girls to record some of the hard parts. Now, I don't know what that's going to look like, and obviously, I will veto it if I don't like it in terms of sharing it. But I'm going to try and keep it real because if anybody's considering it, they should know what they're getting into. There's tons of resources out there on the internet to hear from some straight up real people. But I think that's all in the snowballs I can think to tell you. We're supposed to get some snowballs, like flurries, and it just feels chilly. It doesn't feel warm enough to do that, but anyway, so I will be off and running tomorrow, East Coast time, pretty darn early. So God bless all you guys, and thank you so much for sending love and positive thoughts and wishes. And I just want to thank you for being supportive and having kind words. If you got the negative ones, keep it for somebody else because I don't want to hear it right now. I may have my own cautionary tale after I'm done with this, but I want to go through it my own self without having, a predisposition or an idea in my mind of how things are going to go. My cousins, I have several, but my cousin particularly that I've talked to about this, it's been so encouraging to have somebody that's so DNA genealogically similar to talk to and hear what the recovery was like for different pieces of it. And what can you eat in the future and what can't you or what don't you choose to eat. Saying that this is the easy way is a button for a lot of people that have weight loss surgery because there's nothing easy about it. It is a forced thing that you have to take care of for the rest of your life. And the only thing that this gives you is a force. Before you can be complacent. I mean, you've seen people on the internet and at Walmart, for goodness sakes, and on, weight loss stories. You can be complacent easily if you don't have another motivator. And when you get weight loss surgery, you have a motivator to take care of your health and get fit like nobody's business because you've literally rerouted your innards. So I don't take that lightly, and I'm just real happy to have an answer. I'm not happy to think about doing away with some of the stuff that I love. I'm not. I know what I love. I know what I like. But I'm super happy to think about a health that's sustainable, a fitness that's sustainable, a level of energy that I can stand, to do more with. And just really grateful to friends, family, and the professionals in the doctor's office and the hospital and just everybody that's been in care and prayer and love and thoughts. I just appreciate it so much. I got my own Thanksgiving up in here. I know I have a lot to be grateful for, and I think that's all I can share. So I'll share some of the before pictures at the end, a little bit of trailer music, and some little comics that I saw that I thought were cute about weight loss surgery. And that's it. I love you guys, and I hope you have the best Thanksgiving you've ever had. I hope that you just stare at your blessings and just are, really moved by that, because I am. I am so moved by your love, encouragement, and just overwhelmed by gratitude. I love y'all. Have a blessed holiday, and I'll see you after surgery.